Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get you into what this podcast has for you, dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me first take a minute to tell you that your support to this channel is not taken for granted. We really appreciate your support that you've been providing to this channel since it started, and I want to tell you thank you very much. And to those who are watching us and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment and share as we say thank you very much to your support you are providing to us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that took place yesterday in Othaya constituency in Nyeri County. Rigathi Gachagua was attacked, and as to how you know it, Rigathi Gachagua said that those who attacked him were sent by, let me say, the state. Yes, but there have been reactions of these leaders. Most of the leaders have reacted on what happened, and I want to tell you, even today in the morning, I saw CS Ruku saying that Rigathi Gachagua staged that thing that took place. And Kithure Kindiki, that is the deputy president, said that there is no place for chaos or wars in politics. But why do you think the state is accepting the blame or the claim that they are the ones who sent the goons? You know, some leaders like Oscar SUDI have also reacted on this, and Oscar SUDI is saying that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to stage manage these things so that he can blame the president, William Ruto. And I want to tell you, CS Ruku and the likes of Kipchumba Sudi, I think it is a very shameful thing to come out and talk of this thing. You really know the truth, but you are trying to outsmart the people. Yet the people themselves are smarter than you. Why should you come out and say all this? The reason why I'm saying the state is accepting the blame or the claim is because it is said they are the ones who sponsored the goons. And with them they are saying that Rigathi is the one who sponsored the goons, but they are not taking the action that they are not supposed to take. Yeah, it took place yesterday. Murkomen said they want to do an investigation on that. But remember today, even before that investigation started, and because I know that investigation cannot start and it cannot be done, all those leaders are attending their grassroots event. They have their NGC. So, a very simple thing to ask yourself, and I want to show you some statement from Matiang'i, Fred Matiang'i. He has talked about it, and I think among the leaders who have reacted on it, apart from Kalonzo Musyoka, I think Fred Matiang'i are among those leaders who have spoken to this about this thing the way it is supposed to be said, you see. Now the thing is that Rigathi Gachagua was attacked by goons, yes. The goons were working alongside police officers, meaning the police officers were escorting the goons. And the goons and the police officers had a police vehicle that also had a number plate, you see. So for you to know that the state is just joking with us, and if we don't become a little bit keen, we might find ourselves into what the Banana Republic is going through. Yes, if we don't take these things serious, then we may find ourselves into what the Banana Republic is going through now. And I hope you know what I'm saying. If I say Banana Republic, I'm referring to Uganda. I know you know what the Ugandans are going through right now. That is what is awaiting us. if we don't take this thing through. And I want you to listen to what Fred Matiang'i said here.
What happened yesterday in Othaya is very shameful, honestly. It's unthinkable that young kids who woke up in the morning to go to Sunday school would be tear gassed in the manner in which they are tear gassed without cause. There is no crime they had committed. They were not in the wrong place. They were in the place they wanted to be in at that particular time. Poor old women running around, away from tear gas and harassment is very, very shameful. And I've often said, for our political leaders, don't listen so much to the words they tell you, especially the ones in government. Look at their actions. Because how would a confident government do that? Because a government that's confident and has no problem with its population, with its people, why would they allow that kind of thing to happen? Okay, fine. Now, with tremendous respect, and I'm happy myself that the senior leaders of government, including His Excellency the Deputy President, whom I have a lot of respect for, and the Minister for Interior, have said agree with us that what happened is shameful and it's something that ought not to happen. Now, let's move to action. Let's see whether action will be taken and so on. Because that is what is going to tell us the sincerity or genuineness of this. Let's see what's going on. The pictures are all over the place. Those guys carrying AK-47 and so on. And then you see some strange things being said by leaders. Like I saw one leader from Laikipia saying something laughable. That Gashaga organized that so that he can seek sympathy. If he organized it, it's against the law. So why don't you arrest those people he was organizing that with? And this happened when Natembeya was attacked in Kabuchai, the same response. This is, finally, what is very stressful to me, to be honest with you, is this. 2/3 of these senior leaders in the security sector are people I worked with. I know them very well. Some of them are fairly decent people. I have said this and I don't mind repeating it again. The Inspector General, Mr. Kanja, is one of the best police officers in the country. He was my GSU commandant when I was Minister for Interior. I mean, the DCI, hawa ni watu tumefanya kazi nao na ninawajua. Some of them are going to retirement. Why do they want their careers to be soiled by that kind of nonsense perpetrated by some third-rate politicians who have problems, and they think the best way to square out the issues is to go and beat up innocent children and women. And finally, for government, and with tremendous respect, mimi naheshimu serikali, I respect our leaders in government. You know, they are walking the country themselves to disaster. Because you will never have enough bullets for 55 million or so Kenyans. And you can't shoot your way to electoral victory or what have you. You cannot intimidate people. You can't replace proper engagement with the public. So this effort of trying to create situations like some countries in the region is not going to work. Let's go to electoral contest. Kila mtu afanye yake. Wananchi wakiamua vile wataamua, basi hivyo ndivyo itakuwa. And then those in authority need to understand, in any case, by the way, this is the electoral mandate, which means it has an expiry date. If it comes to a point where it has expired in your case, you don't have to beat innocent children and women about it. Go say, sasa vile imekuwa iko namna hii, kutakuwa na siku ingine. That is how life is, and that's how we become a mature country. But we shouldn't go the way that happened yesterday. Very, very shameful. And we have seen this again and again and again. The level of arrogance that you see, goons, armed people, moving around. And then, for me, no one will tell me, will give me lectures about, we didn't know what was happening. A national leader of Gashaga's stature, when they move to a particular place and they're going to have a function in a particular place, the county security team knows. The National Intelligence Service officers in that area knew that there was going to be a meeting that day. How can you tell me that they did not know there was a plan to disrupt the meeting? So this pretense and so on, okay, it will be tested. They have said it, they have all vowed action, including the Inspector General. Let's give them the benefit of doubt and wait for the action.
So you see, according to what Fred Matiang'i has also said, and it is the way I'm also reasoning, that if they say, if they say Rigathi Gachagua staged it, then why don't they take action? Yeah? Well, that police vehicle, that police vehicle had a number plate. And that makes it even easier for them to find that vehicle if they want to find it. That number plate, they can easily follow it. And there is another vehicle also that was after that police vehicle. They call it chopper, a Nissan, I think, if I'm not wrong. That is how it is called, a Nissan. That vehicle also had a number plate. And Rigathi Gachagua even said it, even mentioned it. If it is true, the state didn't sponsor the goons who attacked Rigathi Gachagua in the church, then why can't they go for the chopper and the police vehicle? That is the easiest way to start finding these goons. But because this is what they like, this is what they enjoy doing to the people. And the other thing, the likes of Oscar SUDI cannot just say the truth because they are enjoying the power. And they are also enjoying the money. So, if you have the money, you have that power. So you can just say anything you want. So, interestingly, when this thing took place, immediately it took place, the CS of Interior, that is Murkomen, came out to tell the people of Kenya that there is a certain man who sneaked into his office and stayed there for some hours. But you get to listen to this thing, you say, really? Can it happen? But how did it happen? In Nyayo house. The kind of security that is in Nyayo house, you cannot tell us. Even I myself, if I go there, at first, there is that gate, you see? Hapo gate nitaulizwa, whom do I want to see? Does the person know that I'm coming? Or does the person expect me to be there? The other question, I know my ID I must be asked that my national ID. They must ask for it. And if just leave alone that first one, before you get to Murkomen's office, there's some guards in between here, you see? There's some guards in between here. There is a tight security there, of which you cannot convince me that a man came na aingia hapo. Kwani do you want to tell me hiyo ofisi ya Kipchumba haikufungwa? Hiyo ofisi ya Murkomen, kwani mlango haikufungwa? Huyo jamaa aliingia aje? And that is why at times I will just sit down and ask myself, is this really the country we are, the Kenya we know? Is this really the country Kenya that we used to know before? No, where are we heading to? Where are we heading to? Because if we stand to entertain this rubbish they are doing, then allow me just remind you this. You know what happened in 2007? That thing might repeat itself in 2027. Yes, it can repeat itself in 2027. And just wait. This channel will still be there. Because how these people are treating us, sasa kama hiyo statement ya Murkomen, kwani how foolish does he think we are? How stupid does Murkomen think we are? Even when he sits somewhere, does he think we can stand to buy that story, that narrative that a man came and entered into his office? We cannot buy that story. That is something very idiotic. And truth be told, these are the kind of games they want to play with us until they get to what they want. And if you think Rigathi Gachagua was attacked and you are laughing there, Because you see, Rigathi Gachagua is not from your place. Or because you are being, let me say, because you are being controlled by that narrative of tribalism, you see? If that you allow that narrative of tribalism work with you, or it control you, then I'm telling you, you are on the wrong direction. You should find your way back to where the others are. You are in the wrong direction. And this is the thing that will cost us as a country, because even right now, if you listen to what the ODM leaders do say, when they talk about the broad-based government and having the coalitions with UDA party, you'll hear them say that we don't want to work with those people, you see, because those people have betrayed us for so long, and we need development in our areas. So let me ask you a very simple question. These leaders who are speaking that they've been betrayed for long, do you want to tell me they are not in leadership? Because if development is supposed to be taken to their areas, they are the ones who are supposed to take that development. And because they are in leadership, or I say they are in government, and they love their stomachs more than how they love their people, they can't develop that area. Those areas can't be developed. And the other thing was that Raila used to hold their hands. If let me use that term. Raila used to hold their hands. So unapata, even someone who is very incompetent, you are being given that person as a leader. And that is the cause of that lack of development in those areas where most of these ODM leaders come from. Yes. So if we are standing a chance to laugh at Rigathi Gachagua, that this is being done to him because we don't like those people, then you are in a wrong. You know, with me, yes, I'll say very clearly, I'm a Luo. That what I can't deny that I'm a Luo. But the fact that you fail to do something or you fail to support someone because you feel the person comes from a place where their people once betrayed you, and I want to tell you, we are wrong. And it is high time we get to work together, we as Kenyans, to ensure that this man, the president, gets away from that seat. Because truly where we're heading to, no one knows. And what awaits us in 2027, no one knows. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this podcast. And allow me remind you that if you've watched this podcast and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment and share. So say thank you very much for your support to this channel, dear ladies and gentlemen.